Oh, guys, I have a question for you.
There's a bee? Also, what's a granola girl?
Just because I can doesn't mean I will or I should.
Tag yourself, I'm the elephant boots.
Well, she can come back and she can edit all of this out. But she won't because she's Emily and I'm the one making the request.
It's all good. No bad vibes. I'm like, Matthew, give her a vibes. Give them good vibes, not bad ones.
Welcome back, everybody, to Adventures in Absurdity. Today we have Matthew, Emily, Grace, Patty, and Hannah, who I almost called Sparky because that is her screen name. Oh, and we're talking about California Dreams.
Ooh.
Yeah.
California Dreams was written by Kathy Buchanan, and it was directed by... I don't know. So that's fun. It was written by Kathy Buchanan, and the short summary for part 1 is Jules' mother suddenly arrives in Odyssey to take Jules back to California. Despite protests from Connie and Buck, Jules decides to leave town, maybe for good. So...
Alright, so...
California.
Episode.
Yeah. Can I just start this? Oh.
What?
Hannah, speak.
No, I was just gonna say, I definitely had high expectations for these episodes, and while they were good, they weren't what I expected. That's what I'm just prefacing with that. I didn't dislike them, but they weren't what I expected.
Yeah.
It was a very it felt like it very much so went from 0 to like 100 at like immediately when I started listening, and then as it went through, it progressively just got like 0 to like light speed. Just, like, oh, this happens and this happens, and now Jules is a pop star and she's dating someone, and this and this and this, and it's like, oh wow, that's a lot to happen in like one episode.
Yeah, they were. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I interrupted Hannah.
Did not.
Oh. Yeah, it was all. I feel like it was very, very fast paced, especially the second part. I'm like, wait, what? Excuse you, we're already here. Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it just was like plot
all
the time.
Yeah, pacing was a little questionable.
Yeah.
It was.
I kind of feel bad for critiquing how it's written because I don't have any like say in the matter, but at the same time, since I don't have any experience in this sort of thing and I can recognize that the pacing is really fast, I think says something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I'm sorry.
Bro, quit apologizing, just talk.
Yeah, just go for it, Grace.
I keep interrupting. I feel like that was the thing for the entire album, though. Like, it was just all they were trying to fit in so much content in only 6 episodes that it was felt so fast paced that it just didn't. You got a bunch of plot and you got a bunch of content, but you didn't get that depth that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, totally
it's kind of like they realized the last few albums haven't had much substance to them, and they went, "Oh, better pack that in there real quick." But then they like shoved it all into 6 episodes, and we went, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like they mentioned some of the stuff that happened in 4th Song in this episode, but they make it sound like it's been like this long developing thing, and I'm like, that was last episode, but okay.
Yeah. Canonically, that was like 2 days ago, but okay.
Yeah.
It's just a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
A little funky fresh. Also, Emily, you know you're muted, correct?
She disappeared a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, no, I know. I just didn't want to interrupt with, technical difficulties, but, like, we can't hear you if you're trying to speak. I've done this occasionally, and it's not fun.
I think she's muted on purpose. It's all right. So.
Okay. Well, she can come back and she can edit all of this out. But she won't because she's Emily, and I'm the one making the request. Anyways,
Hey, she does it to me too.
yeah, the two of us.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, sorry. Somebody, please.
California Dreams. Can we talk about that opening fight scene though? That is one of my favorite things ever. I listen to it.
hard.
They do. And like just the savagery is not a word. The amount of savage, I guess I'm just like,
Yeah.
I listen to that scene over and over like 10 times. It's a problem. I'm like, listen to this. And my brother's like, leave me alone. I'm like, but look at this. He just called her a hick.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I've never heard the term hick used before like often, and all of a sudden I hear it like 5 times in like 2 minutes. It's amazing. If the overall fits.
Because you're Canadian, Matthew.
Because I'm Canadian. No, believe me, we have hicks up here. We just
Just don't.
You're just too polite to call each other that.
We're just exactly. It's
I like that Jules brought up the toothpicks. I very much appreciate
yeah.
that.
It made me happy that, he still chewed on toothpicks after juvie because like it just deep down I knew that he was chewing on one, but it's
You
fine.
do be munching and crunching. Hey Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Hola.
Come to
We're talking about toothpicks.
Toothpaste.
Toothpicks.
yes,
Oh.
chewed toothpaste.
Toothpaste. It's not even mine.
Toothpaste
Okay.
problem.
I'm from hick country, so it was really nice to hear Buck be like, I am a hick. I'm like, yeah, you are. You're one of my people.
Hicks unite.
Exactly.
Nice.
Also, the way they describe his like clothing and his 80s hair makes me think of the one guy from Breakfast Club. I don't remember his name.
Kyle.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, fair enough. I've also never seen the movie, but
Why do you know his name?
I don't. I would just assumed.
Wait, which character?
The guy who wears a flannel.
Oh, that's Bender.
Yeah.
Binder?
Makes me think of him. Because, I mean, if anyone's been to Juvie, it's probably him, too, anyway, so.
They went hard. They roasted each other really well, and I love Angry Buck, but someone else talk because I should not be the only one talking this episode.
It's all good. We already know you're gonna be raving about Buck for a good portion of this, so don't worry.
Buddy, you should see my notes. It's y'all would smack me, but it's fine. You can't, so it's fine.
You know, it's America.
Matthew, no.
What? What? No, I meant because y'all are in America. I can't like get to you.
Sure.
No, I'm gonna sneak over the
This just
border.
happens every time I join an episode. Finally, something goes down. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm just a controversial figure, but I'm just saying that I'm a controversial figure.
You just wield this power, Abby, to like turn up the chaos.
I also really like the part where she says something about having the same haircut for 10 years, because I feel like that's them making fun of themselves for the fact that these characters have been the same age for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
I was like, self-roast right there. You deserve it.
If anyone would write it, it would be Kathy. So I mean,
Kathy writing the self-roast. Conspiracy theory, I think Kathy is Katie Lee's favorite writer, but that's just a conspiracy theory.
And that's just a theory. And
She said
AIO.
she has one, but she wouldn't tell us who it was.
True.
Kitty, if you're listening to this, DM us or something on Instagram or Facebook to confirm our theory.
We're on to you.
A little birdie told us.
So they fight.
They
We
fight.
cut to Jules and Connie, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Which is also a really funny scene.
Connie is such a mom.
I love it.
She is.
Like,
I
I don't
love
mean that in a mean way. Like, she just exudes mom energy now, which
She
is why
really-
I asked how old she was in this episode, because like
Yeah.
she's really like she got the Guardian vibe, you know.
I love it because it's more of because I know at the beginning. What are words? When they first, oh my gosh, when she first took Jules in, I know she was like, oh, sister body, but now she's like, no, I'm your guardian, all this stuff, and I appreciate it because like for a while there, they were just trying to be like, oh, I'm your friend, but now I'm like, no.
Now she's like, put on your freaking shoes. Come on.
Yeah, just put your flats
feet
on.
from
It'll be
sharp
fine.
objects. It's fine.
I love that part.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's what I think it was last week we were talking about, or during the Idol Revelations, when I asked about the term Gucci in Odyssey. Oh, what in Gucci's name to be said like by anyone just kind of like slapped me, like metaphorically. I didn't
There's
expect
so
that
many
to
lines
be-
in this episode that we were like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Shriek.
his name's Coyote. Like, sorry.
Yeah. It's all good. No bad vibes. I'm like, Matthew, give her a vibes. Give them good vibes, not bad ones.
What? No, it's all I'm gonna say. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was an interesting vibe. I won't elaborate.
Jet was like, oh, no bad vibes. And I am like, well, get some good vibes in there. Quit making Jules sad.
Oh yeah, vibes. Oh, sorry. It's been a long week, guys.
I feel that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We've kind of skipped ahead, but Jules' mom comes and it just shows up at her door, and apparently Jules is able to move out within like 45 minutes without saying goodbye to anyone.
The most unreal. Oh my gosh.
Grace, are you alright?
I'm having a stroke or something. Someone else talk while I compose myself.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to say that was the most unrealistic part of the episode, packing up and leaving within 45 minutes.
Yeah, or one of the most unrealistic characteristics of Jules, because I feel like she has so much stuff. Like, it would not take that.
She
Yeah.
can get out that fast. Although her mom was like, you're getting rid of all of this because it's trash. And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
Connie's like, that's half my wardrobe.
Why did she want to move out?
Jules was just kind of in a mood. She was frustrated with Huck. She was just, a cranky teenage girl. And she was like, my mom's here and she's going to get me out of this town that I temporarily hate. Sure, why not? I'll leave. I have no choice. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm going to scoot by. And Connie's like, wait, don't leave me. Can we talk about the pain in Connie's voice when Jules was leaving?
That's the worst part. It makes me sad. I'm so sad.
Yeah. She's like, well, does she have to leave now? I mean, maybe just give her a week so she can say goodbye. I'm like, oh, you can't take away her only emotional support anymore. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm big sad about it. Homegirl has lost too many people for you to do this to her.
No.
And all that song, like, Too Good at Goodbyes or whatever. Does anyone know that song?
Yeah.
I'm like, that is
Yeah.
Connie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
Like,
yes. She even said a line like that in what was it? Was it Life Expectancy? She's like, I'm tired of saying goodbye. I'm like,
I know. Like, if not a depressed person,
vaguely-
I don't know what is. Send help.
reason number 5,000, Connie needs therapy, but will they give it to her? No.
Nope. No.
I just want Connie to be happy again.
She has a
Connie happy again.
make
Connie
yeah.
happy 2020.
Yes.
Get it trending, please.
And not fake happy, because we know that's what we're dealing with currently.
You find your true happiness in God, everybody. You find it in the Lord himself, not Gucci, okay? Let the one who created you define you.
Grace speaks nothing but facts.
I will minister to all of you. Let the one who created you define you, and you'll find true happiness in the Lord. Amen. Okay. Moving on.
Also, Jules roasted Connie's cooking, and it was great.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 right there. And she also stole the donut. And Connie was like, bro, that was my donut. And I
Yeah.
cannot relate more. That's me and my mom. Like, what do you mean you took the last donut?
Me and my siblings.
And she didn't even throw out the box, like the audacity.
I would crap about that, but I've totally done that before, so I can't be a hypocrite.
Can we talk about the fact that Jules' mom didn't even tell Connie, like, thank you? Maybe she did, but, like, she didn't even acknowledge the fact that Connie has been raising her daughter for the past, like, month.
I didn't even think of that. How freaking rude.
Ridiculous.
And it wasn't even for the month. Jules has been living with Buck for at least 6 months. Which,
True.
like, I'm like, Yeah. Also, when did Jillian start going to church?
Right?
No, I tell you, bro, it really is. You know, they just put her in there. I mean, this is my theory that I've been saying for ages, that they made her character and put all these attributes in her that they think represent the modern day millennial person. You know, oh, she's a spiritualist traveling around the world. She's so independent. She's dyed her hair. And all that stuff. She didn't go to school properly. She can't get a job. She probably left education. You know, all that stuff. And then they were like, and now we're going to turn her into the perfect model of what we think is right. And magically she goes to church. That's my theory, and it will remain my theory.
I mean, fair enough, honestly.
Where's the lie?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also, I was gonna make fun of her for losing her keys, but then I remembered, like, every single Odyssey character has issues with losing their keys, and so do I, so I can't.
Yeah.
One time, I forgot my keys and my phone when I went to class, so I couldn't get back in my building. It was really fun.
All of a sudden, you just hear Hannah, like, banging on the building windows, like, let me in!
Like Eric Andre, let me in! Let me in!
You know how, like, it's been, like, hinted that, like, you know, Jules still kind of talked with her mom or whatever, like, while she was living in Odyssey? Fight me when I say that they probably never actually, oh, no, wait. Like, they don't actually, like, text, like, on the normal text app. Fight me when I say they text over Snapchat. Literally, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Sure.
yeah, like, that's their form of communication. They don't actually call on, like, the phone app. It's over Snapchat. And I am like,
Definitely.
just
I mean, my mom and I definitely don't text over Snapchat. I don't know what you're talking about, but they definitely do.
I mean that in, like, a shade sort of way. But I'm just like, I feel it.
That, if you wanted to get all emotional about it, you could link that to how Jules' mom doesn't seem to care about having any actual relationships with people. And so she's only doing through social media because that seemed like a fast way to just get things over with, and that you don't actually want to build a lasting relationship with someone if you wanted to get super depressing about it.
Ooh,
You, Ray.
nice. Jules and Jan leave, and Connie is just left in Odyssey, which we all know she didn't go to church. She probably stayed at home and cried. And
Definitely.
it was probably like, Connie, where were you? And she's like, wait, Jules left. And then he came over, and she cried in his shoulder, but that's a headcanon that we don't need to get into.
You're
And
trying to make me sad, Grace, because you're doing a good job.
what'd you say?
I said, are you trying to make me sad because you're doing a good job?
That's my plan. I'm kidding. But yeah. So yeah, Jules leaves, and then the next scene is Jules and Jan at the airport, and Jules, who has gotten way too used to small town life, she was like, I can't believe I used to live here and think it's normal. It's so smoggy. And Jan's like, it makes the sunsets more colorful.
Mhm.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Like, is that how that works?
Yes.
Is that really? Smog makes it.
It's like fake and bad, but yes.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
worrying. Anyways. Also, can I just say, when Jules was kind of grilling her mom on why she brought Jules back, can I just say that I'm proud of myself for guessing that Jan got a boyfriend?
Way to go.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you, Matthew. We're so proud
Thank
of
you.
you.
I was very proud of myself. I'm like, ah, dang it, Jan, you got a boyfriend, didn't you? Well, actually, I met this guy. His name's Coyote. Up, called it. Also, Coyote?
And Jules was like, why?
Yeah.
After part 1 came out, Addie and I are both like, I am suspicious of Coyote. He has some. And we were right.
Yeah. Coyote sus. Wait, actually, this is also another separate, side tangent. What does Jan do for a living?
Great question.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. She
Well,
lives off of Bill's money that he gives her.
Oh,
money
yeah.
checker, whatever, I bet.
Then what
Yeah.
does Bill do? Because for Jules and Jan to both be having good not high quality, trendy clothing, that stuff's expensive.
Oh, Bill makes a lot of money.
What does he do again?
He's like a CEO of something.
He's in the publishing industry, but it's rather
What?
vague and unclear what he does in the publishing industry, other than it's somehow related to the Odyssey Times and also to the comic industry at some point. It's very confusing.
What is it with Odyssey and just having? What is it with fiction in general and having characters just have a vague amount of large wealth?
Plot convenience.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways.
the airport.
Yes, so they're out there. Yeah.
Coyote comes bounding up.
Jan, it's so good to see you.
And he seems great at first.
He seems okay at first, but it's just like,
He's like, this is forever, Jules. And I was like, well, okay.
yeah. Oh, it's the amazing Jules. Well, you got the Jules part, right? And I'm like, never has Odyssey depicted insecurities so well.
Like, if that ain't me, bro, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Gen Z mood. Just
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
amazing.
Zero self-confidence.
They really conveyed that pretty well. I mean, sometimes, we see Jules and she's pretty insecure and self-conscious or whatever. But it's sometimes she's like, oh my gosh, my hair is so frizzy. I'm like, okay, no one's like that. But you just kind of see how she acts, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I know people like that. I myself act like that sometimes. That's good writing.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious. What is frizzy hair?
You don't know what frizzy hair is?
Not particularly, because I know it's what is it specifically? I know I have long hair, so I should know this, but also at the same time I brush it and then I walk out the door. I don't. What does frizzy hair look like?
I'll send you a
I
video.
had no frame of reference for what she was saying.
Other than frizzy, I really have no idea how to describe it.
Oh dear.
All right, so here's okay. I have curly hair, so frizzy hair is it happens all the time. So I'll send you some examples.
Okay.
But yeah, frizzy, it's just kind of looks like you have you rubbed a balloon on your head and it's just kind of staticky and kind of all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's just how my hair looks normally. So I mean, maybe I'm doing it really wrong. Okay, so all right, Jules' hair was a little bit frizzy, which is unfortunate, but okay.
No, but moral of the story, she's insecure.
I enjoyed the sushi bit. That was funny.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was good.
I know some people that would do that. Raw
Really?
ice cream? Yeah, I have some friend. I have my cousin. We were talking about. Don't ask me why. We were talking about sushi one time, and I'm like, "Oh, it's so good," and she is like, "It's so weird. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get sick from it." I'm like, "Bro, you're not gonna get sick of like that's how people actually eat it." And she goes, "But can't you just stick it in the microwave for a little bit? I mean, it ain't that hard."
That's so gross. Imagine sticking sushi in the microwave. It's not supposed to be hot in there, bro. What?
Lukewarm sushi just sounds terrible as a concept. No, thank you. Also, but do they not know that at least in North America, in order to serve, it's not raw, it's not cooked, but it's cooked enough that it's cleansed of bacteria. So it's not 100%. It's not like they butchered the fish and then put it on a bed of rice. It's a little bit cooked. Jules.
Jules just be extra sometimes. She's a teenage girl, you know? That's just how it goes.
You know, you got me there. Yeah, the sushi bit was funny.
Yeah.
She had to take off her shoes to sit down at the tatami mat, and it took her 15 minutes.
Yeah. I'm like, girl, what shoes are you wearing to have that many buckles?
It's intense.
Bet you $20 they were either Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, and then Jules, she's putting the leftovers away, and she starts singing this song under her breath. The song that is my current obsession. Oh my gosh, yes. Anyways, a song. For all our listeners, Matthew just shared this really cursed image of some like knee-high Converse boots. Yeah.
I definitely know someone who had those in middle school though.
Oh, wait, those are... Wait, they were actually produced? And, like, they were legitimate...
Oh, yes. One of my friends had them.
What?
They were very...
I have some.
Yeah.
I don't wear them, but I've got some.
Yes, so Jan... That's what Jan Kendall was wearing. Knee-high Converse that took her 15 minutes to take off.
OTD.
Yeah. Sorry, Grace, what's up? You were saying about humming the breath underneath... Or humming songs.
Yeah,
you,
so she...
Yeah.
We get it. Speaking is hard. We were putting, she was putting the sushi away, and she starts singing the song. That's a problem, because the song is so good that I sing it everywhere and anytime, and I think everyone around me hates me now because I sing it so much. But she sings it, and Coyote is like, that was weird. Coyote.
Oh, that's where the Kai nickname comes from. Sorry. Okay.
I
didn't.
Well,
because
that out.
I didn't realize because Kai doesn't. I didn't realize because Kai. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep going, please.
But yeah. He's like, oh my gosh, what song were you singing? That's so cool. Let me hear more of it. And Jules is like, oh my gosh, someone's noticing me. So she sings it, and he's like, wow, that's talent. I'm a talent scout. You should like give me your talent, and I can like make you big. And she's like, oh, really? And he's like, really? And she goes, I don't know. It's a little fishy. And he goes, Jules, baby, look, I do this for a job. I take talent and I polish it to make them big. And she's like, okay, Kai, I trust you. And I'm like, no, don't trust him.
Yeah, it's only a little sus.
It's just a little sus.
Just a little, yeah.
Then I think it's cut to the scene again with Buck and Connie, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Probably.
Yeah, being sad because they can't reach Jules.
They're so sad. Why?
Yeah.
It makes me
Like,
sad.
the context also just makes it sound like Buck and Connie are like sitting at the counter at Wits End just moping together about
That's
Jules
what I
being
think
gone.
of too.
Yeah.
They probably are.
Yeah.
And Wit just walks past and pats them on the head like, I'm sorry.
Imagine Buck and Connie crying together.
Why?
Like Jules is gone.
That makes me cry. Oh my gosh, if Buck actually cried over Jules, I am going to sob.
I
He
feel like
obviously
definitely
did.
would. Yeah. Also, welcome back again.
Emily spitting fast.
I can see Jan being Connie's like, Jan, what is she gonna do about school? And Jan's like, well, I'll just homeschool her. And Connie's like, that is the biggest load of BS I've ever heard.
Sounds about right.
Katrina can just teach her online. Make it happen. Okay.
Oh, how would they like? They could make like a Zoom episode, but the joke of the episode is that everyone's Wi-Fi is absolute trash, so it's just like garbled audio for 25 minutes.
No, that would be the most relatable episode ever to me.
Honestly, though,
Did that as a club episode, Matthew?
they did.
Yeah. Wilson was like doing Zoom group, and Jason was trying to set it up, but it kept like crashing and stuff. And
He
he
kept
my
clicking the wrong button.
That was the episode Wilson had Rona.
Yeah, he had Rhoda.
yeah, Wilson had Rona.
Wilson, they had Corona in Odyssey,
Yes.
They just called it like a virus, but yes.
but it was Corona. Oh my gosh.
He also called it a little bug, and I was like, wow, bold news.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
fine for the most part, but I just decided to quarantine myself for a few weeks so I don't give it to you. And then later in the episode, he was like, man, I wish technology was God's gift of technology was easiest to use as, oh, I don't know, oxygen. And I'm like, okay, I see you. It's okay.
Oh my god. Dang, I gotta get on them episodes. That sounds like a vibe.
Honestly, Wilson is like my favorite recent character.
He's so awesome.
He's such a big.
I love Wilson.
He's also the only one willing to roast Wit at this point.
I want Katrina. Once you said that earlier, Hannah, I'm like, I want Katrina to call Wit out so
Right.
bad.
I know. If anybody was to call it out, it would be her.
Like, she is secretly a major savage, and I just want to see it unleashed. So, Kai is like, man, you're so talented. Let me, use your talent. And she's like, okay. So then, fucking Connie, poor Buck, getting a little self-conscious about himself. Like, no, I drove her away. I'm their backward friend from the backward town she used to live in. And I think someone, like, earlier, Jules was like, our friendship had run its course. We aren't like each other. Both of them are like that. And I'm like, look, I had a friend who was like Buck, and I'm not saying I'm like Jules, but it's whatever. And I'm like, we had a good friendship, okay? Granted, he ghosted me a couple weeks ago, but it's fine. But hey, don't say that. Friendships like that can work, okay?
Also, I like how Jules is like, our friendship is over, and Buck is like, friends fight each other. What the heck? Like, I'm Buck. I'm like, why are you being so dramatic?
Because she's a teenage girl.
You're right.
What's that meme? Where, why you always lying?
Always lying.
I make very valuable contributions when I join.
You really do. The most
Yeah.
important ones.
Yes. Wait, and then there's the whole sequence where she becomes like a pop star, and it's like, oh, you should wear bottle tabs
The outfits.
and elephant feet, and like,
Yes.
yeah.
Her stylist, just as a character, is very entertaining.
Trisha really out here though.
She's
She is. Trista's a gem. Kiss. Oh my gosh. She has the perfect look. Now, I know that I said that you're super cute and you're all trendy, but we're going to change that because you have to be you by not being you. That's the media. I'm like, what?
Also, what's a granola girl?
okay. Chacos and like embroidered friendship bracelets.
Mhm.
A good Nalgene water bottle.
Oh, so like a camp counselor.
Yeah, like that.
Wait, then that means I fall under that category.
Yeah.
Okay. But only for like 2 months of the year. But all right, interesting. Interesting. Cool. Thank you. All right. A granola girl is a camp counselor. Or like a horse girl, almost.
No.
No? Okay. Well, no, isn't that kind of the vibe? No, kind of. Maybe.
Matthew, you calling yourself a horse girl just makes me laugh.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I have ridden a horse maybe twice in my life, ma'am. Although I do own like a decent amount of flannel. I don't know.
Okay, Buck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually have a leather jacket too. I have the flannel. I have the leather jacket.
Matthew should cosplay as Buck.
I should. Except I sound like an upstate Canadian who's very much so not Southern.
Work
I-
on your accent.
You're not a hick.
My Southern drawl. I
Oh
gotta
my
be a hick. See?
Okay,
I
that's
can't.
not
I
it,
can't
but-
do a Southern. How do I do a Southern accent? Help me. You guys are south of me, so naturally you guys have Southern accent.
You say y'all.
Yeah, I already do that.
No, but you say y'all. You
I say
y'all.
L. You gotta have. It's like YAW. Y'all.
Yeah.
Yo.
No.
What y'all
No,
doing?
that's yeah or y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. What
You
y'all
pronounce
doing?
the A like you would pronounce it when the L comes afterwards, but you say a W sound almost, but not a complete W sound. Y'all.
Y'all.
Wow.
What's up, y'all? I don't know where this accent is coming from, but oh yeah.
You all
Okay,
sound. You
cool,
sound
buddy.
like my grandma.
Wait, she's from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So you're nailing it. Perfect.
Oh yeah. I got the Southern Georgia accent. I don't know where that.
Okay,
where
you lost it now.
that- okay, well. And this
Like-
is why I
it's
don't
like-
do character work.
Here, just make me mad and then talk like me when I'm mad, because then you'll be like, oh, Southern.
What do you sound like mad?
I don't know. I don't get mad very often.
Yeah,
My
that's
Southern accent comes out when I'm mad, though.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think I've only ever heard you when you're happy or tired.
Yeah, that's accurate. Those are my only two moods, honestly.
Same.
I'm either quite content or I'm just really tired.
Honestly, though, that's a mood. So I just gotta be Hannah, but mad.
Yes.
Dance was canceled. No, university class. Oh no, recording. Oh no, nobody showed up to recording, so I had to record an entire episode by myself in my car. Oh no.
Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there.
She introduces all these whack outfits that consist of eco-friendly stuff. And Jules is like, I hate this. And Tristan's like, well, I don't care. Wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell yourself I'm the elephant boots.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did we talk about the fact that Krista is literally Jillian?
No, but we should.
Is she really?
She
Is that what
is.
Jillian's like?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Matthew's like, oh lord. Now I understand.
What did you think Julian was like?
Well, I didn't have like the only thing I've heard about Jillian is from you guys, so I assumed that she was like, you know, like Jillian, but I assumed she was a little bit more chill than Trista's character.
Oh no, she's even less chill, probably.
That's terrible because
Yeah.
that's horrible. That's unfortunate. Because isn't Trista's character was deliberately designed that way to be, you know, kind of overbearing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And if Jillian's, that's unfortunate.
What character are you talking about?
Jillian,
No, the other one.
The
Trista.
publicist, Trista.
Who's that?
Jules' publicist.
It's just for this
yeah,
episode.
Have you listened to the
Well, I
episode,
haven't heard
Abby?
that yet, so.
She didn't.
Yeah, that's probably why then.
Can we talk about how Jet Valentine is literally just like the Odyssey version of Shawn Mendes?
It makes me laugh.
Oh, that's who it was based off of.
Yeah. Or like
Okay,
Ed
yeah.
Sheeran. Like,
Yeah.
Not Ed Sheeran.
oh, fine, Shawn Mendes.
I think Ed Sheeran cares about his hair, Grace. Have you seen the man?
That's true. That's true.
Ed Sheeran cares about his hair?
Matthew, have you seen Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. His hair doesn't look that good.
Exactly. That's
Oh.
he's not like.
Oh, so it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long week.
I also like how we couldn't figure it out if it was Jet Valentine with a B or Valentine with a V. So, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a B.
It's with a B.
It's with a B.
There's a B? Thank you for getting that.
Ultimate blind reference.
I assume Jet Valentine, before they introduced him as an actual character, when Jules was listing off artists, I assumed Jet Valentine was based off of Hosier. Because of Take Me to Go, or whatever the song. Take Me to Go. Yeah, that I assumed it's like, oh, okay, so it's Hosier, but you know.
That would make sense.
We go to part 2 now.
Yeah. So part 2, stuff happens and identity.
They roast the vegans a lot in part 2, and it's funny.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. The scene between Jet and Jules is actually kind of sweet, though.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Hopes for Jet. I thought he was going to be really good guy, because you could see that Kai was headed in a bad direction. Like, you could see that. But I was really hopeful for Jet. But no, they both had to be jerks.
Yeah.
Rip.
Also, I find it. Go ahead.
No, go. Sorry.
Go ahead, Grace. Go.
No, no, go.
Okay. Well, I just have in my notes because like Jet at one point mentions that he has like a bad boy image to maintain, but he sounds like his voice sounds like the physical manifestation of cottagecore. Like, okay, buddy, you can wear a leather jacket, but you can't be a bad boy sounding like you make flower crowns on a regular basis. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just how he sounds.
He sounds like such a sweetheart. And
yeah. Honestly, though, but like,
I feel like their point was just to say like nothing is as it seems.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Deception.
True. Oh yeah, because I guess that makes sense. Because Jules's image was being vegan and whatever, and she made a very large point of being not vegan and being like, I wish I had a thick slice of ham in front of me. RN.
Honestly, Jules talking about me, or she's like, oh my gosh, you're a vegan now. And Jet's like, you're a vegan? No, actually, I had a bacon sandwich this morning, and that made a piece of bacon sandwich in between 2 pieces of bacon. I'm like, that is such a move.
That sounds so nice, honestly, though.
I would just kill for a barbecue sandwich right now. I'm like, I love you. I love you.
Oh, because you know that there's just there's tons of like barbecues in Odyssey all the time, and people are like giving out food and whatever. And if it's a small town with a farming community, you know, there's a lot of beef, you know, there's a lot of chickens and cows. No, hang on. Pigs. That's the word I was initially going for.
Are you implying that beef comes from pigs?
No, I'd like, because there's beef, and then I was going to say there's like beef and pigs, but I misspoke.
So pork.
Bacon. It's the little bacon. Pink oinky thing. I don't know. I just eat it.
Just eat it. Mood.
Oh, guys, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
How do you milk an almond?
It's you know,
I mean,
with very tiny hands. That's how.
We'll go with that.
What were you gonna say, Hannah?
I was gonna talk about how they have to like
and pull down like you're milking a cow.
Yes, that's not what I was gonna say either, but I like that better.
When Jules was on the red carpet and she's like, oh my gosh, you look stunning. Can we just talk about like how Jules sounded? Like, she made the way she reacted made it sound like she was like that was the first time anyone told her she was beautiful. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, she sounded so touched.
Like, yeah.
They're wearing a dress made out of straw.
And kelp.
And kelp. Yeah, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Or seaweed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds so uncomfortable.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like wondering like how a lot of these outfits she wears works. Like
Yeah.
a dress made out of like straws and like a vest made of soda can tabs. I'm like, how does that work? Okay, let's go with it.
It just, it just kind of be like that sometimes.
We should just get to the end.
Well, we can kind of like time skip a little bit because some stuff I don't like after Jet Valentine and the whole "ooh, they're dating" thing happens. It just kind of like
That's like all it is.
yeah, and then it's like final show. You finally get to sing the music that you got recruited for. On and on and on.
Yeah.
And then Jet's like, nah.
Yeah.
Turns out to be a you-know-what.
A she-wolf, but a male.
Son of a gun. It's the Porky, it's the...
A
Anyway.
banshee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, that little thing when Buck's like, you know what? I give up. I'm not going to try anymore. And Connie's like, sorry.
I was just saying that was depressing.
It was. Buck needed his girl, and he went and got her.
He did.
Don't y'all think like he just kind of acted like that though? Like he probably had that idea. Well, no, I take that back. This might be me, just like overly reading things. But did anyone else just kind of like hear the light bulb flick on and when Buck was talking? Did anyone else hear that?
A little bit, yeah, because like he got the idea to be like, hey,
Yeah.
She's
like, yeah. He's like, I give up, and she's like, you can't give up, and then he's like, wait. All right, I gotta go. Connie's like, where you? I gotta go.
I got miles on my credit card to cash in.
yeah.
I have no idea how Buck got there. I like, what is it, the head theory that Jason sent him?
Connie sent it.
Or Connie sent him? I thought it was that Jason, like...
Or Jason, or... Oh, yeah, because it was like the right choice all over again. Go get your woman.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Katrina are like, no!
I'm like, what? You sent our 16-year-old on a plane across the country?
Don't worry, I paid for the ticket. Katrina's like, Jason!
And then we were like, or Buck stole the money, and then Eugene and Katrina set up a GoFundMe to get their $500 back.
He sits on the street corner plate with his guitar case open, just strumming along.
It sounds like he would have fit in Nashville quite well, though.
For real.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to give him like a record deal, and he was like, nah.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I like my simple backwards life.
And I was
He
like,
being a hick.
it's just like Eugene and his ukulele.
You're right! Oh, sorry. That was big.
Father and son right there. Love to see it.
Guys, okay, like low key for a second. I'm about to sit in the old McDonald's parking lot. McDonald's built a new McDonald's in my town like last year, and the old building is just abandoned.
Wait, also, so there's an abandoned McDonald's, right?
Yeah,
So what I'm hearing, right, is
I can make Wits End.
podcast headquarters. That works as well. Wits End would be even better.
Unfortunately, I don't live here anymore, but that would be a good idea.
True.
It's very small, though. It's nowhere near the size of the building of Wits End.
Oh, I was like, the building isn't the size of the building?
Which sounds massive, bro.
Wits End?
I was listening to our first episode, and we talked about how big it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely don't remember. Probably because I've tried to not listen to it. Put it on.
I actually listened I heard the end of an episode, like of a podcast episode for the first time like yesterday, because like usually when they end I just like close out the app. But I listened to the end of it. I didn't realize my disclaimer of saying we're not affiliated with Focus on the Family got into the episodes. Like I assumed it was just for the one episode. I actually said that, not like
Meanwhile,
It's in
put
every
on the end
episode,
of
Matthew.
every episode,
Oh,
including
boy.
Chaos, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
no, like it's
some-
totally fine. That's hilarious. But I can't believe I didn't realize that until like yesterday. Like I was biking and I couldn't like switch the episode, and then all of a sudden, by the way, we're not affiliated with Avengers or Focus on the Family. And I'm like, oh, Hello,
Hey,
Millie.
that's me.
Yeah.
I'll ever think that.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's also kind of fun to like try and predict what I'm gonna say next. Because half
do
the
that
time
too.
I get it. Yeah, it's fun, right? It's like, yeah, so what would I say normally? Because it's probably what I actually said.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what's coming next when I listen to most of the episodes fairly well because at that point I've already heard them like through at least
yeah.
twice
That's
after
true,
already
yeah.
being there for recording.
Talk about book. So Jules is performing, and Jet, dun dun dun, turns out he's a two-faced fellow who cares about his hair. Which, like, I have never met a dude so like. I know it's like a very stereotypical thing for guys to be super like crazy about their hair, but I have never met anyone like that.
I definitely
Damn. Mm.
Okay.
have.
Okay.
My sympathies.
Well.
They're out there somewhere.
Okay.
They're
They're just
in the
not
wild.
in hit country apparently. Oh. So yeah. Jet's like, I'm not performing with her, and then Buck, my sweet little child, comes out, and he's like, wait, I'll sing with her. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the point of the episode where Grace dies every single time just because her heart explodes.
Honestly, that's such a power move, though. Being like, yeah, you know what? If you won't do it, Jet, I will. And surprise, I sound better than you.
Oh, so true.
He's actually a really good singer, though. Like, honestly.
Robbie, if you're listening to this, you're so talented, and I love you. Yeah.
Robbie, we have a potential girlfriend if you're interested, apparently.
I love your character. Yeah, they sing, and it's so cool. Robbie and Shona's voices, their voices blend so well together.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary how well they blend.
Okay, but like that whole scene, like what kind of Disney Channel original movie did I fall into? Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cheesy, but I love it. But like,
Is this Camp Rock? What the heck?
like I'm pretty sure I've seen this scene.
A musical.
Yeah.
Huh.
Scene out of a Disney Channel original movie.
It's so cheesy. I was here for California Dreams until we got to that point, and I was just like, what is happening?
Okay,
Why?
but like I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it.
I just can't. Why?
Tumblr, when the episode first came out, she's like, it's so cheesy, it made me lactose intolerant.
I'm pretty sure I did say that.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was so funny.
Guess you'll have to milk some almonds.
Oh man.
I don't know. How did Buck get there? I mean, he said airplane, but like, okay.
Well, he flew
How?
there, and then he pilfered a key card, and then he oh my gosh.
Do you think he conned his way onto the plane?
Connie and Skittles!
I mean,
You know what he did? He said he filched a badge.
in
Well,
my
I thought we
quote,
were talking about the concert though, not the airplane part.
get onto the airplane.
No, he filched a badge to get into the concert center.
Yeah, to get.
But we're talking about how did he get a
How did he get on the airplane?
Oh, Jeff Lewis
Jeff-
got him. Jeff
Oh,
Lewis got him.
Connie said, "Jeff, I need a favor."
And Jeff was like, anything, Connie, anything.
Yeah.
I have this 16-year-old kid who really misses his girlfriend.
His Loki girlfriend, which, yeah, like, can we talk about that? That is exactly how Eugene and Katrina were. Oh, we're not dating, but like we all know they're dating. Like, let's be real.
Mm.
Yeah.
Also, I know, I'm assuming that Buck is a Christian, correct?
No.
No.
He's not.
He is.
He is?
We see him warming up to Christianity.
Okay.
He just hasn't converted yet.
He hasn't converted.
Yeah.
Is Jules a Christian?
No.
No.
Definitely
No.
not.
That's the other thing that upset me about this episode, because I was like, Jules' version of the Connie episode, and then it was absolutely not that, and I was like, well, that's disappointing.
That's true. We do see her warming up to the idea a little bit, though, at the end of the episode.
At the end of this one, definitely.
True.
Yeah. Like,
She also calls Odyssey home, and it makes me soft.
I love the end of this episode when they're making fun of the clothes she wore, Buck, Jules, and Connie. It's such a wholesome moment. And they're talking about, like, oh, she could wear the bottle cap ones to church and be the tambourine or something like that. It was so funny.
Now they really ask you to be part of the worship there. And she's like, oh, shut up.
Also, she made $47. And Buck's like, well, in that case, she's buying my drink.
Yeah. All those milkshakes he bought her in for a song.
Yeah.
That was a milkshake she bought him to make it. Maybe that's why he said it. You know, she still had a.
Oh, what?
What is that?
Great.
I was scrolling through Facebook and I like accidentally clicked a video and when I was talking and then started blaring. I'm like, oh no, turn off.
I had one last note in regards to in improv class, we get taught like to solve a problem by one of the first few lines that is spoken. Like if somebody mentions like their girlfriend in one of the first few lines, well, the the problem that happens throughout the scene should end with the girlfriend or something like that. And the way that like the episode gets wrapped up, like it starts off with Buck and Jules fighting, and then it ends with Buck coming on stage and like upshowing Shawn Mendes of the Odyssey world. Just that hit my improv bone so nicely. That was so like satisfying to hear because you know I'm not doing a scene that good. Like, it sounded so nice.
Nice.
That's fun.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the end of my notes, more or less. They're writing the Gen Z like they're writing Buck and Jules as very much so like Gen Z millennial, like nihilistic. And then they're just like, therapy? Who's that? We don't. We're not going to address that at all.
Audience too young for this.
Your audience is 12. That's old enough.
Old enough.
Believe you me, focus. Address mental health.
Yeah.
At least Chris like talks about it a little bit in the outro for this episode.
I was getting hype. I'm like, ooh, they're gonna address it, and they don't address it nowhere in the episode. Like, nowhere.
Chris mentions it for like a hot second. We're like, and that's it. We're like,
okay, but Chris mentioning it doesn't count. Like, that's still get to use Chris as your scapegoat, AIO. Not one bit.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about y'all, but the only times I really ever listened or still listen to Chris are when, like, I can't get to the tape player or something to turn it off in time, or, like, I zoned out.
See, I was like that until the incident after album 53, and then I was like, oh, I'm not ever doing that again.
Wait, what's the incident with album 53?
Oh,
is it album 53?
I just found out about this too. Yes, it's album 53. So after Chris talks, in the final part of album 53, they have a scene where they talk about, like, if the reboot wasn't happening, they had a reset button for the reboot, and it was just Connie being the imagination station the whole time.
Because at the very end of album 50, she like goes, like, she asks what the inspiration station is, and then they're like, just kidding, she was in there the whole time, this is all fake.
Haha, psych! Got him.
I didn't know that. I listened to the album like a few times, and then I saw that there were a bunch of minutes left on the like club app, and I was like, what the heck? And then I listened to it and I was like, what is this?
Guys, extra content.
It shook me.
You were shooketh.
I was very shooketh.
I'm being real, I haven't heard this. I'm just kind of going along with what you're talking about.
You gotta listen to it, man.
I'll listen to it. I thought you were talking about that extra bonus scene at the end of the Green Ring. Because it wasn't until quarantine I knew that happened. And then I'm like, what? There's an extra scene? And I listened to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I ever miss this? And now I'm like, oh, Connie could have possibly just been in a simulation this whole time. Oh, that's nice.
I can't believe they even thought of that as an option, though. That would be so funny if they had actually done that.
Psych, yeah. She was actually in the Matrix for a little.
We're all like, what the heck? AIO, what?
I mean, but I would got invested in those characters. I would have been like, you mean Jason's not back? and like Monty's got back.
True.
What about Penny?
They said
And
the
Whitney
Parkers.
loves
Never mind.
Penny.
But as a concept, though, like
Yeah.
that, well, because
That's
like there's all
crazy.
like the meta jokes, or not the jokes, but like the meta books and like media of if you create something that mimics real life and you don't know that you're in a machine, you could come out of the machine 100 times and you wouldn't know whether it's real life or not. And since the imagination station is definitely good enough to
I was gonna say they pulled that with Emily. So
what?
Yeah.
They did?
yes.
Oh, with the whole you're gonna die thing,
Further.
right?
Further from the
It-
truth, it was like
yeah.
an imagination station thing.
Oh, right, with Matthew's parents or whatever, right?
Yeah, when Matthew's family like disappeared,
Right.
but they didn't because she was actually in the imagination station, but she didn't know it.
That episode was trippy.
Literally so confusing. I was so confused when I finished listening to the episode. I was like, huh?
I was in a daze. Have we finished talking about the episode?
Probably.
I think so.
I think so. Unless you wanted to fangirl about Buck for a little bit longer. in
Okay,
which
you know
case-
what, Matthew?
Wow.
You know, I probably could, but just because I could
I'm-
doesn't mean I
see?
will.
See, Grace? I just wanted the option to be open in case you felt like you wanted to, you know?
Just because I can doesn't mean I will or I should.
That is me with all of my schoolwork. So, disclaimer. We're also not affiliated with Focus on the Family, by the way. Please don't ever think that.
Today's episode was brought to you by Aram, the recording bot.
Where
We
can
are
I
chaos. Goodbye.